Hello, everybody. This is It's All Hypothetical, brought to you by. Okay, cut that. That's a bad intro. That was a bad intro. I forgot what order I go in. Hey, everybody. This is It's All Hypothetical. I'm Spencer Cadell, and I'm going to be joined by three of my D&D players. I'll let them introduce themselves. Go on ahead.
Hi, I'm Chris. I use he, they pronouns.
Hi, I'm Matt. I also use he, they pronouns.
I go by Ahmed, and I'm female.
Great. We're all kind of strangers. We're also all in a D&D podcast that's going to also be on YouTube. So if you're interested in D&D, go and watch that. We're going to be having episodes come out bi-weekly. And they're going to be my co-hosts for today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. My first hypothetical question for this episode is, what do you wish grew on trees? Personally, donuts. I love donuts.
So random.
I like donuts, okay? I hate that I live in Idaho where there's no Dunkin' Donuts.
Really?
There's no Dunkin' Donuts out here. The closest one is like 300 miles, and I hate it. I'm not driving that far.
I'm from New Zealand, and we have Dunkin' Donuts everywhere.
How dare you?
Dunkin' Donuts is so good.
Their slogan
I live in a
is
town
America
of like 3,000, and I have a Dunkin' Donuts.
I do not have a Dunkin' Donuts, though I do have a Golden Dragon, which is a donut shop.
What? That makes absolutely no sense. Why
All right,
is a
back on
donut
track.
shop
We're not
called
talking about donuts.
Golden
We're talking about
Dragon?
No, we
trees.
get going on tangents is fine. But here's the thing:
I
how
have
does New
ADHD.
Zealand
All I do
have
is
the?
go on tangents?
I have a question. In New Zealand, is the tagline still the same? Because their slogan is "America runs on Dunkin'." Is it New Zealand runs on Dunkin' there, or is it still America?
I don't think they have a tagline. It's just Dunkin' Donuts. They don't even have advertisements or anything. People just go to it.
Probably just
Very true.
Because
Their
it's so
slogan
good.
is, "We have cheap donuts. Come eat our donuts. We're next to a Kmart."
Come eat this chocolatey hole. Just
Lord of the Rings films here.
No, that's my slogan.
We have them cream filled. Sorry.
Oh no.
I know
Terrible.
that.
Okay,
in
what
one
else do we
place-
want growing on trees?
Before we move on,
Okay.
with the donuts, is it specifically you have to plant every tree? Like, is every tree a single flavor? Like, you plant an apple tree versus a pear tree, you plant a pink sprinkled tree versus a chocolate, or does it change
I think
based
that
on
you
the
just-
season?
Yeah,
I think that you make a donut, and then you plant it. And then it grows that type of donut. That's how I would have
donut season. What season would donuts be spread? And how would that look? Would it just one day there'd be a donut on the end of this tree, or would it
Maybe
be
different
a flower
donuts
that
have different
blooms into
seasons.
a donut? Or would you see the dough?
What defines a donut versus a bagel? What stops a bagel from growing into a bagel tree if donuts can grow into donut
Donuts
trees?
are fried and bagels are baked, right? Or
I am going to look this up right now. I got
Okay,
Google.
I believe
We
you're
have
correct.
technology for this. I am pulling it up.
Check out if New Zealand
Google,
works
show me
on
this guy's
donuts.
balls.
That thing you said.
What was that?
Well, earlier Spencer was saying that slogan is America runs on donuts, and he wanted to know if it still said America's on donut or New Zealand
I can
works
Google
on
that.
donuts. Yeah.
We just don't have a slogan as far as I know for Dunkin' Donuts. It's just the most common donut shop in we have so they don't need to advertise. They've got a monopoly. We only got Krispy Kreme like, I don't know, 5 years ago.
I think I've only been to a Dunkin' Donuts once, and I wasn't into it.
So the difference between
According to Google.
I just brought it up. Okay.
No, this is another thing. Sorry. Dunkin' Donuts, their slang in like other countries is together is better. Apparently, that's what Google said.
Aw, that's so
I don't know if
cute.
Why
that's
can't it be like
guess
that in
that
America?
sounds right.
Keep it the same in America, or maybe they
Because
change.
Americans. I don't know.
It's because that would sound too political. Together is better in America.
Everything is too
Oh,
political
no.
in America. In America.
It's
No
really
one would agree
interesting.
with it, I guess.
Yet people agree
And-
with America runs on Dunkin'.
Because if Americans have one thing in common, it's that they agree that America is the center of the universe. I say this as an American.
I
Okay.
always thought that was dumb.
Okay. So a bagel is a bread product, but a donut is classified as just fried dough. So take that how you want. Google said that, the almighty Google.
Hmm.
You can always trust things you read online.
Honestly, no, I've never been wrong. It's never been wrong.
Well, unless you check Wikipedia, people like to change the answers to
Yeah, that's my favorite pastime.
mess with.
But as soon as it's on
people.
the internet, it's right.
Clearly.
Do you guys know about the like there's like a Wikipedia article that they literally changed the terms of like Wikipedia up around it because the picture was like said as the reference, this is a picture of a happy cow, and then someone edited it, like changed it to be like, and took the picture away for being false because the cow didn't look that happy, and it was just repeatedly like taken down and put back up and taken down, and it was like an internet feud.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'll Google it now. We'll all Google something.
We will all Google something. Welcome to the new podcast segment called Let's Google This,
Google something.
where we all Google different things that we have mentioned in passing so far. I've done mine. Chris has done his. It is now Matthew's turn.
I'm not sure what I would want to grow on trees. I know I would want it to be something useful,
Swords.
but I
No,
think it'd
that-
be really cool.
What if like housing grew on trees?
Houses?
Like how? Because then like you wouldn't have
yes.
that wouldn't cost any money.
No.
No one would have to pay for like to buy the house because it's just like there's an abundance of it. All you have to do is like grow the tree, and that just depends on how long the tree has to grow.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, but the tree
Would
would keep
these
growing more
trees be
trees.
huge? Would these trees be
Yeah.
huge and the houses look like bird houses in the tree? And then we just have whole cities in these trees. Like
That'd be
there's
kinda cool.
trees the size of like words, the Avatar movie. Those big trees in the Avatar movie.
I've never.
The blue people.
Another question.
Oh,
You
would
that
be-
Avatar! I thought you were talking about like the animated Avatar,
Fuck.
like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Another
don't know.
question would be, would the tree break under the weight of all these little multiple houses growing on the tree, and would it just collapse all on itself, and you would have to regularly move the houses from the tree so it doesn't crash?
Well, would it be like Spencer said, where it's like just a giant tree, and then there's just like one house, or would it be like a regular sized tree with a bunch of houses that eventually will just get huge?
Or
What if
is
they,
it a single tree and it just in its branches, like it's centered in the center of it, like right above, it makes a tree house. Like every tree is a house, kind of like the Winnie the Pooh trees, where they made their houses inside the tree.
How would
like
they even
every
get
tree, you can
plumbing?
have a door on it and it goes in. And look, a sink. That's weird.
Because if you think about it, when they build
Well-
houses, the plumbing, it goes underneath the foundation and then up into the walls. And once it's built there, you can't really move it.
Would like the
well-
roofs work as like the plumbing if this is like a self-contained house that like doesn't need like to be plugged into like Wi-Fi or
Does your poop fertilize your house?
Oh, gross.
The more
Look,
you
it's a
poop,
self-sustaining
it's
house.
a self-sustaining house. You poop and it goes into a hole, and then the roots are like, ooh, and then like makes your house
And
healthy.
then the roots like suck up like water, so that's like your water system for like the toilet and the sinks and like
Mhm.
everything. And it's like self-filtration-y.
Another
Now, do these-
question would be, would the house keep on growing? Would it keep
Dude,
getting bigger?
Then you get hotels, tree
Yeah.
hotels.
Yeah, you'd have like different kinds of trees. Like, oh, I want just like a normal 2-bedroom house, whatever. Have that. Oh, I want a mansion. That's a different kind of tree. I want a hotel. That's a different kind of tree. You know?
Okay.
Am I
there's
making any
tons
sense?
of yes, you're making tons of sense now. Can we genetically modify this?
No.
Can we get it?
I mean,
Can we genetically modify redwood trees to always be hollow, so that then we
What?
can,
Well-
so that
No,
well,
but there
trees really
is
can't
tree
be hollow because
training.
then like the trees wouldn't like grow because that's not how trees work.
fine. Then we have to hollow out the already existing redwood trees. We do it already to make the tunnels in them. But here's the thing: even those trees keep growing with the tunnels in them. So, like, a tree can take quite a bit of abuse before it dies. You can abuse a tree and it still lives. But I am not advocating for tree abuse. All I'm saying is that they can take it.
PSA: do not abuse trees.
PSA. If you speak up if you see someone abusing a tree, speak up.
Tell a trusted adult.
I am an adult, but hug your local tree today. Anyways, Matthew, you were Googling something?
Yeah, I missed half of the conversation, and then
It's fine. It meant nothing. It
no, just for some reason, I was about to read the article, but then earlier today I was working on a remix of "Lose Yourself" by Eminem, where it sounds like Eminem sleeping with his own mother because it came to me at 2 a.m.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Please
sleeping
upload
with-
that. We
That's
need
no,
that.
but please don't.
We need this.
I am uncomfortable.
This should grow on trees. Remixes should grow on trees. Are
Even
bird?
work. Would it be just like a mixtape that just like
No,
grows on
no.
trees?
It's a
or
bird.
like
It's a bird.
oh,
It's like a parrot type bird that you give them a song and then they remix it for you. That's a parrot. Never mind. We already have this. They're parrots.
yeah, but the parrots don't grow on trees. If it like grew on trees, it would.
They grow in trees.
What?
Next.
I mean,
Tell me I'm wrong, Chris.
They're born and
I'm
raised
just,
in trees.
I mean they grow like. I mean, hold on. Where do parrots- That's
Some
parrots.
birds are actually.
Anyways, go
raised in
on
the
about your-
ground.
There are quite a few birds that are raised on the ground, but they eat things from trees. Anyways, Matthew,
There you
go
go.
on about
It's in the Discord server now.
Oh,
It
thank
is
you.
very bad because I made it with my phone and I was just gonna fix it up on my computer later.
I'm gonna
But
look about
What do
later.
you mean sleeping with?
It's literally just like the chorus, the mom's spaghetti part, but like I've taken the words and rearranged them so that like I could make a TikTok where it was pretending that he was sleeping with his own mother.
I'm
Ew.
horrified. That's
Uh,
oh my god.
Are you
It was
okay?
3 a.m. I
Change
woke
the
up and
topic.
like
Change the topic. Okay, we're off. We're off
Okay.
that. What else do we
Chris,
want to
it's
grow?
your hypothetical.
Oh, Chris, yes, you're hypothetical. It's your turn.
Oh god. Okay. So hypothetically, if the multiverse is real, could we all be like fictional characters in like somebody else's reality? Like this is just a book or a TV show or whatever in someone else's reality, or if, like in D&D terms, are we like, did someone else invent us from like another reality?
Well, here you're
Yes.
getting into like a god thing. Now you're just like, are we?
No, not like that, but like if like in a completely different universe, we're like in a book or something. Like we're characters. in someone else's
100%. If
book.
there's infinite universes, this is happening in a book somewhere, and someone's like, oh, this is very boring, and then just put it down. That would be like someone's dictionary. Like,
see if that's the thing, either I'm a side character that never gets any lines of dialogue, I'm just like a background character, or
Just
this person
hello.
is writing the most meta commentary book of all time because he's like I remember things about my past that no like book character will ever bring up in conversation, yet I would bring those things up purposely if I were to realize I were in a like book. And
Now, if we
I also
realize this-
have this thought constantly, so I do bring stuff out like this up just to go, haha, you can't write me into your book because I'll say something weird.
do you Deadpool yourself? Are we
Basically.
Deadpooling right now?
Yes.
Have we?
I mean, like
Have we got
technically,
the realization yet? Is this what we are doing?
You know what? It's
Like-
just gonna be a thing where you like look behind yourself and be like, they think this, but it's actually this. And then you turn around like, so guys, what's going on?
I used to
Like
pretend that I
virtual
was on a
camera.
sitcom. I used to pretend that I was on a sitcom, and every once in a while, I would turn and look at where I thought the camera was, and would say one-liners.
like Malcolm in the Middle.
Kind of, just be like, "Well, that's what she thinks," and I'm like, I always had that stupid thought of, "What if the camera's the other way?"
I don't know,
And she got like
zany enough to make it happen.
Do people in sitcoms realize that they don't have a fourth wall to their house? Like, are they just cold? Or,
do people
or
in
in their
sitcoms
reality?
hear like the laugh track or like the live studio audience or whatever?
I think they edit
Like
that
the
in.
characters? Well, yeah, but like the characters, would they?
Yeah, like we're
Would
talking
they know
about
how
not
to
the
laugh?
actors.
Because-
We're talking about the characters specifically. Do they hear that, or like, does everyone in that world just think that they're going crazy, and every once in a while they just hear laughter in their head, like, "Oh, that's weird." Wait a
Well,
minute.
like-
Maybe that's why we all laugh randomly. It's not because we're awkward. It's because we're part of a laugh track. We've broken the
Do you
matrix.
laugh randomly?
I do.
Yes.
Or like awkward
do.
laughing?
Yeah, awkward laughing.
Or
I'm
like
talking
laughing
about
because you
I
thought
mean-
of your own funny joke in your
No.
head. Play some
any
Someone
kind of
else.
random laughter where there was no outside presence as to why you should laugh, and you're just like,
Hold I don't think that they hear the laugh track unless they're trying to be funny themselves.
Yeah, but have
So
you
you-
seen Big Bang Theory without the laugh track? It's just
Oh, it's
they
so
all
awkward.
make jokes, then they wait a couple seconds, and then they make another joke. So they they must hear it, or they're all insane. Like
Exactly.
otherwise, like none of them have a sense of humor because they never laugh. Like they don't even laugh at their own jokes. They're
Ex-
just all sarcastic and depressed.
I mean,
every
same,
sitcom.
Yeah, but,
But-
at least you, while you're sarcastic and depressed with your sarcastic, depressed friends, will laugh at their jokes because you all have the same sarcastic, depressed humor. But they don't
Very
laugh at their
much so.
friends' jokes. How bad would you feel if no one ever laughed at your jokes? Ever?
Maybe
I
that's
wish
why they're
that-
all depressed. I mean, no one ever
No,
laughs
like,
at my
they're doing
jokes. Awkward
Chris, what did
silence.
you want to grow
Ba-dum-bum.
on the tree again? I forgot.
She wanted trees to grow on trees. She wanted
Houses.
not.
Houses.
Yeah, I want
Right,
trees to grow on trees.
That's
Spencer,
what
we already
branches
have
are.
that. No, make
So-
them bigger.
So just a quick recap. Matthew wanted his cassette tape of torture to grow on the tree.
That is
Spencer
not
wanted
what
donuts.
all I wanted.
But
And
how
Chris,
would you like grow like a sound without it being like a mixtape or something? And if you say parrots, Spencer, I swear to God,
The parents would sing for you.
the parrots don't grow on trees. We're not saying this isn't.
I
at
want
all
to train
hypothetical.
parrots. I want to train parrots so that you give the parrot a quarter and it sings for you.
I mean, if a tree makes a mixtape in the middle of the forest and no one's around to buy it, does he really have a SoundCloud?
oh no,
No, he's just a sad tree now.
he's just a tree waiting to be chopped down.
Oh
Hmm.
no.
Now, here's an idea I had a while back. It has nothing to do with anything that we've talked about, but emo grass. That way it cuts itself.
Oh no!
Uh.
don't. You need to cut that out.
God.
You cannot be talking about that. That's bad.
Okay, fine. I will
No,
edit that
it's
out.
not.
People are very sensitive about that, Spencer.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't get canceled.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to. But I will stand on my LSD tacos at Taco Bell. I want LSD tacos at Taco Bell. You're going there fucked up already. Let's leave fucked up even more.
I don't know what LSD is, but okay.
It's like a drug, right?
It's a
Is,
I think
hallucinogen.
it is.
Okay.
is that
I
the one
would-
that comes in like little like tabs of like they look like
I have no
little
idea.
pieces of gum with pictures on them?
I have no idea. I don't do drugs.
Okay.
I know enough about them to know what they
You-
do, and I know I want that in a taco.
Don't do drugs, kids.
I was expecting I don't do drugs. My wife does. Because
No.
you said that, like earlier about as a joke.
Oh, she's
think-
just on pain meds.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I
but-
understand. Anyways, next hypothetical and cut and go to next one. Who has the next one?
I do. I would like power berries to grow on the trees. Think about it. You pluck a berry from the tree and you plug it into your charger and it charges your phone.
So batteries.
So
So you want fully charged battery packs to grow on trees?
Yeah, but like
I have
they're
nothing wrong with
biodegradable.
this. That would be that.
Isn't
Would that be
that just
solar power?
that comes
radioactive
from
trees?
trees.
No, would
I-
that be
I
solar
want-
power?
Yeah, I want power to come from the trees. That way, people would be more motivated to plant them.
More motivated to
it's,
plant trees.
it's like the Boomer comic where like they're like, oh, we're gonna make the trees give off Wi-Fi, and
Yeah,
then everyone
exactly.
becomes like a humanitarian all of a sudden.
Exactly.
I would not be against Wi-Fi trees.
No
If
one
this-
would.
If my aloe
Or,
plant gave off Wi-Fi, I would take much better care of it.
But it's like if we're using trees for an example, whereas to carry Wi-Fi signal, it would have to have like an electrical signal, right? That's how Wi-Fi works. I'm
Look,
stupid.
Bluetooth.
How?
Not Bluetooth. Not Bluetooth.
Guys,
Solar power. It gets solar power from the sun in its leaves.
It's a solar
trees give
power
off
router.
oxygen, and we still
So
cut them
instead
down.
of like converting it to like sugar, which makes like the
Look, we
sugar
still need them
trees
for
survive,
wood, dude.
and oxygen.
Mhm.
We can have both.
I guess like I don't know. I just thought
Only
it would
one.
But look,
somehow.
would turning them into like Wi-Fi trees like negate their oxygen properties because you would kind of be cutting out.
Maybe you
the-
can breathe in the Wi-Fi. Can we breathe in the
Another
Wi-Fi?
thing that I thought of would be like rubber ducks.
for no
Like
practical
floating-
Just
reason.
rubber duck trees.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd be
yeah, I have like
adorable.
2 rubber ducks, but like that would make literally millions of rubber ducks per person.
Only what? Here's the
Yes.
thing.
Would be
Here's
the
the thing.
point. No one wants that.
Reusable, sustainable rubber. We'd get so much more rubber. Things would go down in price because people would just take the rubber ducks and melt them down to make other rubber products.
Yes.
But we already have reusable, sustainable rubber.
But
It
people
just
don't
it
do
already
it.
comes from trees.
Yeah, but most of that rubber like ends
Plastic-
up like in dumps or like in the ocean.
Okay,
So therefore,
I have another hypothetical. Enough with what's growing on trees. What is one thing you would do if you were president?
President.
President of the
Probably get
United
give
States.
deported
trans people
because
rights.
Mm. What would I do?
Give it some thought. This all can be cut. Don't worry.
Huh.
This is going to be like a 15-minute episode with all the cuts.
I don't know.
I
I'd
already
get
know what
deported
I would
because I'm not from America. So
Let's say you snuck your way in, you went through the right channels, and you got to presidenthood.
can
Okay.
you be the American president if you're only like a citizen and you're a resident, not a citizen?
No, you have to be a
Isn't it
citizen.
you have to be
I don't think you have to be born there.
Well, you
I'm gonna Google that.
We are going to say everything lines up to where if you are not American citizen, you become American citizen and become president. So or how about this? You're president of New Zealand. What are you going to do?
We have a prime minister, but
Same thing.
basically the same thing. Yeah. What would I do?
I just want to fix the whole pricing issue with everything.
Yeah, I guess
Either-
just boring. Yeah, fix
No, you know what I
the
would do?
economy.
I would make it Halloween every day.
Halloween
So
every
you have
day.
full right-
Everyone's in
What
cosplay.
stops it from being
Yeah,
Halloween
exactly.
every day? Okay,
Well, not
live
Halloween
your
every
life.
day. I
Make
think
it Halloween
it
every
would just
day.
be like it would be encouraged to wear
It's illegal
like
to wear
runway
normal
style
clothing.
Well,
clothes.
it wouldn't be illegal. It would just be like people who like always wear like costumes to like work or to, like school or whatever would like get like higher paying jobs and it would become like a whole thing. So like if you want to do better,
Get
in
candy
whatever
every day.
Yes, that'd be so
Exactly.
cool.
My
And
audio
also
quality is
make
about
it
to go
okay for
down.
adults. Make it like normal for adults
How's
to be
the
able to
audio
go trick or treating. Because everyone deserves
I
to get
still
free
hear
candy.
you.
It's fine.
Oh, he's gone.
Anything.
I think I think a simple basic answer would be to
Sorry.
fix the whole issue.
I record
with,
everything with my
um,
phone, so my phone was dying, and I added. I hate. There's one thing I would do. I would make Apple get rid of these things. I want to be able to have my headphones in and
Well-
be able to charge my phone.
That'd be
So I
pretty
have
great if you made.
That is a
That
good
would
point.
be-
If
yeah.
I was the prime minister of New Zealand, I would do something to fix our economy. But if I was the president of America, I would make it legal to eat the rich.
What?
So
Let's.
You
the-
want
I would do- I would-
100% the American president has more power to affect the global economy than
Oh, very
New
much
Zealand
so.
prime minister.
Yeah,
So-
but you have to get through. You have to get that through Congress. Do you really think Congress would let you allow people to consume
Well, if
rich people?
they've
Well, I'm
let me
assuming
get
in this
elected,
hypothetical,
we're already in
we could like
the
You can
like
do
most liberal
You can do
society ever.
executive orders. You can do executive orders.
Would you get is it an impeachable offense to try and
I would
legalize
think so.
cannibalism?
I would think
Yes,
so.
I would think
Something
so.
Just for like the rich, and not just like the slightly wealthy, like the Jeff Bezos of the world.
Yeah.
I am going to bring all of our forces, all of our armies, and everything out of every other country. We're bringing them all home at once. I don't care what kind of chaos that happens in the rest of the world. I'm bringing them all home. And then, since we're not in a great scale war, the military is now going to be taking all 7 of their big ships, putting nets on them, and going through the ocean, cleaning them up. You're part of the army. You're now cleaning up You're now getting paid to go scoop trash. You still get your training. You still get all the perks of being in the military. But right now, we're not at war. We don't need like to be everywhere in the world. We're not supposed to be Superman. We don't have to be Superman. So let's not be Superman. So we pull everybody out, and then I would go to the UN, the United Nations, and just be like, hey, America is going to be doing environmental cleanup for the next 4 years. If y'all want to help out, you can. But this is what we're doing now.
Try not to go to war with us.
If you go to war with us, we're putting all the trash that we've picked up on your front door. We're not going to nuke you.
If you started.
We're not going to nuke you. We're going to put it all in a big catapult and just fling it at you. But yeah,
So cute.
that is what I would do if I was president. I'd pull everyone back home and stop being Superman and start being Captain Planet.
All the chaos you would cause.
I would.
I think I would just try and end a couple of
Mine's
arguments
quite
that I'm just
mild
really
compared to the
tired
rest
of
of y'all's.
us.
Make
Really?
it Halloween every day. That's pretty mild. And giving, trans people breaks.
I forgot what mine was. What was mine?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I overspoke you. I was louder.
I think I would just try and end a couple arguments. Like all the time I hear about women having to pay for period products or something unfairly, and I'm just like, I'm so sick of hearing this shit. Can y'all just agree on something, please?
Yes, very much so. I think let's let old Joe be in the office for these next 4 years. Let's see if he makes it. Let's let him do his thing. And then both sides just get your shit together and give us a good person that we can get behind.
No, I would abolish the 2-party system so that instead of just having to stick to your side, you would just be like, okay, this is a good person who's not going to screw up the country. Go.
Yeah, be like, oh, I have no more I'm running as a Republican or I'm running as a Democrat. No, I'm running as an independent. Here are my things.
Everyone should run as an independent. No one should run with sides.
Also, if they can say that there's a minimum requirement of age, like the minimum requirement of age to be president is 35, there should be a maximum requirement of age.
Yeah.
50. That's it. You're above 50, you're out of politics.
I feel like it should be 60. By the time you work up to being president, you're in your 40s, 50s.
No, we lower that down to 30, and then we make it
Why do you have to be 35? That is such an odd age.
You're
Yeah, it's an
really-
arbitrary number. I feel like it should be as long as you're a legal adult, you should be able to do it.
Yeah.
If you have a
I
good
always
big enough
thought that-
following and good enough things, you should be able to run for president no matter what age you are, as long as you're a legal adult.
There's a lot of fire that could happen with that.
Don't get the
But
rest.
anyway, I think the reason why they put that age level is because by the time you're actually in the office and you've been fully chosen and settled, you're old. That's my logic.
And you're
Thank
part
you.
of the older generation.
You're
It's
not
just
really
more to divide us.
It's all a conspiracy.
Everything is. It's all for the birds, the ones that you give quarters to, and they play remixes of Eminem songs.
Oh
All the
no.
pigeon side rounds.
Oh no.
Matthew,
My
I don't
mom's
want to hear
spaghetti.
your remix.
Knees weak, arms sketty.
Oh no. I'm probably going to regret hearing it.
No, I'm not listening to it.
It's-
My ears will never be the same.
It's not good because I had to use like phone sound editing software.
That's
So
not
there's-
why. It's
I do all my
him
editing
saying
on-
sleeping with his mother.
You should call it.
Well,
edibles.
have you heard his normal his normal songs? He raps about that anyway sometimes.
No, I
No, he talks about sleeping
Old
with
school.
other
I don't
people's
listen to rap.
mothers.
Huh?
I deleted
about
all my
sleeping
music
with
quite some time ago, so I haven't been able to recover my songs. So no, I
I
haven't
just
heard
listen
it.
to musical theater music.
I personally listen to a lot of Ninja Sex Party. It's Daniel Avedon from the Game Grumps.
Such a good
is-
boy.
He is. Thank you. I don't come across enough people that listen to Danny and
He-
Arnold.
I love-
Danny was the
well,
best
I
person
love
that I
Game
would
Grumps.
listen to as a kid.
Nice.
So good.
Danny
Though I
and Arnold,
stopped listening
I-
to him just because.
He's a good guy. I like him. He's a sweet boy.
Have you heard of the rumor though? A little while ago, people were saying that he was abusing his fame with younger people.
Oh no, that was like completely debunked.
Oh.
Okay, well
I
that's
was
good.
completely
I'm
Never heard
glad.
of it.
It would have been devastating if it was true.
No, it was completely debunked. He is like in his 40s, and he did get with one of his fans who was like 20.
Yeah, she was 20 when they got together.
So
You know that.
like that is a little weird, but they're both consenting adults.
Yeah, they're both consenting adults for that.
And it wasn't like grooming or anything like that. Like they didn't really talk about anything beforehand, as far as I know. So, as far as I know,
There are a lot more things to get mad at Aaron before you start getting mad at Dan.
very
I'm
much
not.
so.
I'm
And
not
I
mad
don't.
at either of them. I just didn't know what was going on because I'm usually the last one to hear about these things.
See,
I love them both, but I can 100% see that they make very bad decisions very often.
oh, yeah.
But that's
Look at
what's so
Game
funny
Grumps,
about them.
constant. He's in a band called Ninja Sex Party.
And Aaron is a remember that episode where he was talking about him being a secret furry?
Oh yeah, they're all secret furries. I mean,
Is it
Everyone's
secret
Aaron,
furry?
furry.
Are you still a secret furry if you put it
Are
on the
you
internet for millions of people to see?
I mean, you could always say that you're joking and still be a furry. So you could be a lying furry, maybe not a full-on secret
A furry double agent.
A furry double agent. Sir, is that a tail butt plug? No.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
I'm extremely uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
All right.
Knees weak, mom's sketty.
Look, my cat has blue eyes.
Oh, cute.
Oh, she's hungry though. I'm gonna grab her some milk. There's right over there.
Isn't milk actually bad for cats? Like it's hard for them to digest, like it is for dogs.
Cow
Uh,
milk.
Dumb.
They
it's
make
cat milk.
special milk for baby cats.
It's
okay.
bad for them past a certain age because it's the same as humans. Is like the older you get, the less lactose you can handle.
Oh.
Except it just
Give
happens
me all
quickly
the
for them.
lactose.
Yeah, I ate like nothing but cheese this weekend, which is probably why my stomach's killing me.
I bumped into everything.
I ate nothing but cheese this weekend. Why is my stomach upset?
I mean,
Just
there was
as
I
meat
have
as
aggressively
well.
taken
shit
energy
the bed.
drinks and spite.
I also had like 5 energy drinks this weekend. I have about 2 a
I
day.
tried making pan fried hamburgers earlier, and I should not cook. I
How do you mess up pan fried hamburgers?
I I had the oven too hot. It didn't catch fire or anything. I had the oven too hot and it cooked the outside faster than the inside is all.
What was it?
So
Beef?
it's beef, yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
That's
I-
normal. Let's take it
No,
like
I make
rare
I make
thing.
chicken
It's
patties.
rare.
I make chicken patties. I love my chicken al dente. That's for pasta. I'm sorry. I'm not a cook. Gordon Ramsay, please be with me.
Ah, yeah. If my chicken's not pink in the middle, it's not edible.
No, I
I
love
can
medium rare
chicken.
steaks, but this was like, blood.
Salmon Nutella.
Oh. Ah, the forbidden Nutella.
Okay, do we have another hypothetical that we want to talk?
In Dungeons and Dragons, I don't want to be our transportation to be just a horse. Like, did you see that picture with the fluffy
Yes,
chicken?
I did
I
the
saw
fluffy
that.
chicken.
It
Yes,
was so precious.
those
By
will
the
be
way-
more expensive than a horse, just because it will also be able to fly
Oh, and it'll be faster too.
a little
What?
bit.
What
little
do you
bit.
think mermaids and
topic
like
is-
tritons call normal horses? Because we call seahorses because they look like horses in the water.
Land horse.
But they would have seen seahorses before land horses. So do they
Would
call
they be-
seahorses horses and land horses land horses?
I would think
Would
so.
they be able to ride them? Would they be able to ride seahorses?
100%.
Well, probably
They
not.
can ride giant seahorses.
Okay. I don't think that they would make the connection that I don't know why we call them seahorses. They don't look like seahorses. They look
I think
more
it's
like
because of their,
dragons.
like,
The
They have like the
snout?
same
I
I think
muzzle.
it's because of like their face, like their facial shape is similar, but that's like
I
the
don't
only
s-
similarity.
that's a
Hmm.
stretch. And
I
I can
mean,
understand why
in-
some people with some imagination might do that. These are the same people that looked up at the stars and was like, oh, that looks like a guy with a spear.
What's the Jack Black fish movie?
I have no idea.
The one with
You're
Will
asking the
Smith.
wrong person
Shark
if you ask
Tale,
me.
that's it.
Shark Tale.
In
yeah, I've seen
Shark
that.
Tale, they go to the horse racing track to watch
Mhm.
seahorses. And it works really well because they just look like jockey and horse mixed together. and it's-
Would the fish ride the seahorses, or would it be like
No, it was just the seahorses by themselves.
So would that just be like going to the track to watch people run?
Yes.
Well, I guess it's more like the hound like races that they used to do, like where the Simpsons got like Santa's little house helper. I
Mhm.
watched a lot of TV.
That's fine. No, but okay. So it'd just be like hound race. But are the seahorses sentient? That's the problem.
I mean,
If
yeah,
if they are
all
more sentient
living
than a dog,
creatures are.
then if they're more sentient than a dog, like if they can have a conversation with the other fish, then it would just be like watching Usain Bolt and everybody else just running around. Do fish have the Olympics? Would fish have the Olympics? And what things would be in the Olympics?
I think it would be like the things
Well,
that they use for survival, like which squid can like spit out the most ink, or I guess in a seahorses or competition would be how to blend in so well. Whoever wasn't found would win.
Are we talking about like just like the fish species in general, or are we talking like every sea creature, like dolphins, sharks, squids, everything?
Every sea creature. Every sea creature.
Everything.
I like in this hypothetical how like accepting all the like sea creatures are. Like there's mammals, there's like everything that if they live in the ocean they can go, but we just have human Olympics. We just have like humanoid Olympices, I
I
guess.
mean, like what? You don't want to run on a track with a cheetah, do you?
I mean,
I mean,
I 100%
I
want to
would
do that.
I would love if we could like make pets out of every animal. That'd be great.
Yes.
But then we get into the problem with like hugs
Well,
and
if they're
stuff with the
competing
way that they're like
with us in the Olympics, I assume they're not pets, but they're our equals. So it would be more like a Zootopia kind of situation.
Hmm.
You need to go to bed.
See, I honestly don't. I get the message that they were trying to get across in Zootopia, but it kind of missed with me.
Yeah.
Because like predators, that there is a reason to be afraid of your natural predator. There is a reason. Like they're not afraid of them because oh they're different from us. We're scared of them. No, they do want to eat you. They want to.
Yeah.
I didn't
Beastars
really
doesn't
see a
do that.
message.
It also just kind of like lacks intersectionality when it comes to that, because you have the quick racial allegory with like the predators and the prey, and then you have like
But even then it
allegory
misses.
with like
Well,
yeah,
it's
but
because
just, like
the
have, like,
message
sexism
isn't
out.
about like it is about like racial like segregation and like that kind of stuff, but it's more focusing on the like drug scandal and like how it's supposed to be for like an allegory for how in the I think it's the 60s, the Reagan era,
The war on drugs.
they made a lot of drugs that we think of as illegal now illegal to unfairly impact people of color communities when you know
and that one.
Okay. Yeah.
really
So like
there is no not
they
there
would
wasn't anything
introduce
harmful
drugs into
about
different-
marijuana at the time. It was
Mhm.
just used a lot more by people of color back then, but you know, and making it illegal has actually allowed for, especially like in New Zealand where I live, lots of gangs make most of their money off of selling marijuana, whereas if marijuana was never made illegal in the first place, we wouldn't have that problem. Well, we would still have gangs, obviously, but it wouldn't be as much, and they wouldn't have as much funding, and blah blah blah. That's not the point of Zootopia, but the point of Zootopia is to talk about that kind of like make an allegory for that drug problem of the like drug race problem.
Well,
thing.
like I was saying earlier, not only just the allegory feel, but it's just like the allegory by itself doesn't have any like intersectionality, because obviously you have the racial allegory, and then you have the sexism allegory with Judy being like a small like bunny who you wouldn't think would be like capable of like joining the police force, and like you even have like talks of like slurs, I guess, to like not calling another bunny cute, and it just kind of lacks that intersectionality of like a female smaller predator. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think there is one other female cop in the movie, and I think it's like a hippo. I'm not sure. Hold on. Google again. Whoa.
But it's more about like the size of the animal being
Yeah.
the problem.
Yes,
But
and
like
that
then
kind of-
they were like,
I mean-
then if like you go with the racial thing and like, oh, there's stereotypes. Even with Nick, he lived up to his stereotype.
Well, they
they
didn't
didn't
really
make
give him
him a
much
non-craft. They didn't. Well, they didn't make him a non-crafty fox. They made him a very sly and crafty fox who then uses that for the good. But that doesn't break stereotype
It's
because
still a
he is
stereotype, yeah.
he is still the stereotype. And yes, he had that sad backstory, and like he's like, well, people see me this way, so I'll just be that way. No, that's not. that is not a proper response to being stereotyped. You don't lean into the stereotype if you have a problem
mean-
with that stereotype.
I know people that are like that.
It's more nuanced than that, and we can't really get too much into it. And
Yeah,
I'm
especially
not the-
considering we're all white.
yeah.
I'm white.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
How dare you, Chris?
I'm sorry.
Profiling.
I don't care. I just never realized that I looked white.
I think it's just my,
I mean,
It's the
you-
lighting.
camera. I'm looking into a bright light, so you look a lot like Taylor to me just on my screen.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't even know what race I am. I think I'm
I am
Indian.
Native American, by the way. Anyways,
I'm
Oh,
Native
No, I-
Indian.
I'm 1/16.
interesting.
I don't. I don't
Alright.
count apparently, but
I respectfully say this, but every white person I've met has said exactly that.
what? I don't count. I don't count.
Native
I'm 1/16.
I've always heard that from every white person I've met. They've been like, I am part Cherokee. And I'm like, uh-huh. And I'm Native Indian. No big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. But I'm just like, might as well say it. I know it. And I mainly say it as a joke. I'm like, I'm Native American because like I'm
I
not.
do.
But my grandfather, he's 1/4. And he loves being like, man, I hate the white man. I'm like, you're mostly Irish, Grandpa.
You're 3/4 white, dude.
I mean,
I do
the
know
Irish were
that
also
just like
systemically abused by the British.
Yes, yes, but he's
That
just
is like
I hate-
you still have the you still have
obviously
white
you're right.
privilege.
I do
Yeah,
know
that's not a question.
that to fix the problem with racism is for every year of where racism has existed, it's going to take 5 more years to make that 1 year right. So buckle up.
This is-
Here's the thing. I see it the same way that Morgan Freeman said it. Stop talking about it. Just acknowledge that we're all humans and go on a case-to-case basis with everybody. Don't generalize at all. It's stupid to hold grudges in any sort of capacity.
Well,
That's
yes.
my-
I mean, it's
that's
not
my way
really
of doing it.
holding a grudge when there is still the
Yes, there is.
cultural
But that's why you
impact
do
of it.
case
So we
by
shouldn't
case.
stop talking about it. But once,
Yeah.
like, if we can ever, which because I'm fucking, I'm a pessimist. I don't think we will before we blow each other up. But if we ever do get to the point where we like everyone is truly equal, then yes, we should we should not bring it up as much, but we should also not talk about it, because otherwise we just fall into the same pit traps again.
Well, yes,
Yes,
because it's the
that
same
is
thing.
true.
You learn about history so you don't repeat it, but you don't act like history is now.
I think the problem would be is either not talking about it at all or obsessively talking about it and not providing or teaching a solution on how to prevent it.
See, solutions is where problems get fixed, but complaining is not how you fix problems.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm
We're
trying
not
to
gonna
say.
fix racism in one podcast episode, guys.
Yeah.
No, we're
It's fine.
not. We can continue if we would like to, but I think we have all the footage that we need. Anyways, thank you all for listening, and thank you for my co-hosts for being a part of this. Tune in next time for another It's All Hypothetical. Have a good night, everybody.